Let's talk about everyone as a whole, right? Because it's really easy to talk about the best teams because they're doing so well, but some of these teams now, Enable, probably need to start considering roster changes. Do you agree with that? Do you think it's too early, or are people's heads on the chopping block?
I don't think it's too early. There's only so much time in each year when it comes to Call of Duty, right? You don't want to start off slow and not make a change and risk the opportunity in front of you. Because if you wait too long, then you're screwed. Then it gets to a point where now you really don't have any options, and it's like halfway in the season. You can't turn it around at all. So I definitely think the teams that are in that 8 through 12 range need to start thinking about potentially making a change. It's a little different, I think, for each team. But at the end of the day, all of these teams want to win. All these players want to win. You're not going to be happy with a top 6.
Pacman, how does London win?
Oh, I mean, jeez. I'm more like one of those people that would be, if I was a GM of a sports team or something like that, I'd be pretty heartless about it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's a business at the end of the day, and they need to do something. If Zero can't get there to play, they have a lot. Like, I actually think you have to get rid of pretty much everyone. With that team, I probably wouldn't get rid of Dylan, even though he hasn't been playing the best. And then I'd have to rebuild around. If that's getting,
you don't want Shawnee?
No. If that's getting, it's not nothing against Shawnee. It's just, it doesn't work. It's not working. You have to try something else. If that's me. I've said that before, and then people get on me. But there's no emotions involved. I have nothing against Shawnee, nothing against any of these players.
If I was
You're trying to build a winning team.
If I was the GM of London, I'd blow it up trade for picks. But I'm also interested as to why they chose Parasite over Zed. Because Zed's been on the roster, right? The whole time he's been a sub. I wonder if Trey, ideally you want Trey to come over, and you probably want him to run that main AR, because he's proven in the past that he can be a top AR in the game. But I wonder why they wouldn't try and pair up Zed with Dylan and Alex, assuming that he can come back, because Zed is a pretty aggressive player, if compared to Parasite. I just don't see why they haven't thought of that. I don't know what the reason could be behind the scenes.
Internal politics.
Yeah, it could be a bunch of things, but I just feel like
role based. Like
Zed is a clear.
Alex is running a sub with Dylan already. Could have been something like that.
I guess that's true, but I mean the game right now is like. It doesn't matter if you're running the sub or the AR. You need to be decisive and aggressive because both guns do it all.
True.
It's not like if you run the M4, you got to play slow.
Right.
Needless to say, they're in the toughest spot to me because I feel like they don't have a single player that I look at and I'm like, this is a standout player. So I'm not really sure where they begin or even what their options are, what their salary caps are looking like, or
because you would assume that if they were to pick up young talent, it'd be from the UK scene.
I think that's always been London's thing, right? I believe that they wanted to be.
But do you think that's a detriment to them?
Without a doubt.
Absolutely. It's 2021, baby. It's time to make the best team possible. Get that out. What are you talking about? They don't live in London. They live in like Charlotte or something.
They're in the States.
Drop that.
Like, I don't know what the UK challenger scene is like, the international scene, but there's a lot of very good talent out there in the NA challenger scene. So I would take a risk and sign someone, even if it's to like a 14-day contract, and just see, because you need to do something.
Right.
You don't want to be like Seattle Surge last year, where you're just the worst team and
You're going to stay the worst team, yeah.